Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It was not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves!
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul! Mankind ill needs a savior such as you!
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets! But enough talk! Have at you!
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that thing that I definitely didn't cut from episode 10 the second I realized it wasn't going to be the last episode. The thing that I definitely made just for this episode, just for now. For this, the final episode of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know this is the last episode? But first, let me wish you a happy Halloween, assuming that uploading went to schedule and I didn't die in a horrible passion of some sort. I don't know. Assuming this goes up when I think it is, it's Halloween for you, so happy Halloween. But you might not be watching this on Halloween. Happy Halloween regardless. We could use a little bit more Halloween in our lives. But for me, today's the Castlevania day, the 26th, when this game gets re-released with Rondo of Blood on the PS4, as well as Castlevania Season 2 going up, which it's Castlevania day, baby. But back to, how do I know that this is going to be the final episode? Now, I guess, in all honesty, not all honesty, you know, it might not end up being like something bad could happen, but I'm thinking it's going to be the end, so I'm putting my foot down and saying I'm going to do what needs to happen to make this the last episode, because on the save file, we are at 184.8%. I think we can get through 15% an episode. When we first started the Inverse Castle, we did like 35 or so percent of completion. We added that to like our thing just by like one episode alone. I don't think we got a lot for the episode we went and fought Galamoth, but you know, we got about 50 points between the last episode and the Galamoth episode, so I guess 11 and 12. So this is also lucky number 13, baby. So I guess that's enough about just housekeeping, our final housekeeping, get the house tidy before we finish up. On this episode, we're going to finish up everything that we haven't done that I know about. I haven't looked anything up, so there's probably going to be secrets I've missed out on. But for now, my immediate plans are we're going to go through the Colosseum, finish that, and then I'm going to continue down, hit this teleport over here, and then we'll go through the tower and chapel way, like going down this way, just to make sure I don't hit any secrets. And then once we're done with that, we should have gotten the last 2 Vlad items. Maybe have found the other relic that we don't have at the... that's the wrong button, because we're missing 2 Vlad... oh, wait. No, we're missing 1 Vlad item. I thought we were still missing 2. So, okay, so there'll be a boss in there with a Vlad item. Maybe we'll find another familiar of some sort, or maybe, like I had said previously, maybe this will be a MacGuffin item, because aside from that, we have all of the relics. So I'm feeling pretty good about what we've done for exploration. And at some point, I ended up with Gun. I'm not exactly sure at what point I ended up with Gun, but that's fine. We'll rock Gun for a little bit. Can Gun kill these? No, Gun cannot kill these stone skulls. The stone skull, still a mystery. Oh, there's an Ouroboros. Oh no, this isn't the Ouroboros. These are the white dragons. These guys were hell in like OG, like Castlevania. Like, I think these guys ended my initial playthrough. I don't remember if I managed to beat them. I think I beat like the first one that you come across, and then it ended my had my game end immediately after that. Because I remember that being one of the last things I remember from OG Castlevania before I just stopped playing forever. Because these guys were like the worst thing to fight on that one. And man, it's positioned itself. Oop, I accidentally did that, but that worked out well for us. Oh, I thought it died. Can I throw another one of those at it? Yeah, there we go. Just keep throwing magic blades at it until it dies, or I just whiff all my magic blades. I could just turn into a bat and just scream at it to death. I could also, completely cheese it. And oh, that is... How much money is that? 1,000. Okay, we found like a big black one. And I think that was like 10,000. It was like a shit ton. So cool, you just come in here and get money. I'm not too worried about, money and stuff. At this point, the big thing for me is map completion and hitting any other secrets, like finding out what that other non-Vlad item relic is. If that's, hey, here's a MacGuffin that's just tied into getting all the Vlad items, and then you have to like equip it to beat Dracula or something dumb, I don't know. Oh, this was the upside down bath where we found the Gravekeeper who had like what is definitely tea and not like sake or something. For a hot second, I thought the music was starting to go weird, but I think it's just the spooky music is just, it's getting to me, man. Spooky music has gotten to me. So yeah, we're just going to be exploring around. At the moment, we will need to make a return trip to the OG castle because, okay, yeah, for a second I thought there was a connecting point on the map that I had missed. We'll need to return there because there was a little hidey hole that was in the ceiling, the floor for us, but the ceiling of the OG castle. Oh, Minotaurs! We saw a Minotaur when we walked in this place, and I didn't think about it, but we saw Minotaurs when we first, not when we first, Minotaur and the Werebeast were the bosses of this area when we first saw Richter, and I still thought he was Ricula. I mean, I guess that was what made me think he was Dracula, to be fair. But you guys know what I mean. And these guys deal a lot of damage. And something I've noticed that just people in the Inverse Castle deal like just a crap ton of damage. I mean, at this point, we have 600 health, so we can take it. Especially if I think if I were to stat up even better, because I don't know what garbage I'm wearing at the moment. I should actually probably check what garbage I have at the moment. That'd probably be a smart thing to do. Oh yes, I put on the stone mask. Because of fashion, we could go up to the steel helm. Like this is like the best thing we have. Like the steel helm is on par with it, but this offers. I keep coming over here like it's still there. But the dragon helm offers an attack bonus, but it hurts us in some way. But I'm unsure of exactly how it is. But I'm gonna we'll put it on. Why not? Oh, I have the Alucard mail on. I forgot that I put the Alucard mail on. The resistances might be nice, so I guess we can rock it for a little bit. Ring of Arcana. I won't forget to put on this. I'm glad I actually checked this because I would have totally forgotten to put on the secret boots when we went to fight Pappy. Because I want to see if we can get any cool like rare drops. Just while we're at it. But I do love the secret. The secret boots are the best. And was there like a thing that I forgot on the other side? I feel like there might have been. The poison cloud is just kind of unfair. But I mean, I guess it's your reward for beating Galamoth, who I'm guessing... Oh, okay, this was actually the bottom. For some reason, I wasn't trusting the map. And I should probably trust the map, even though sometimes the map lies and hides things from us. I guess Galamoth is probably like this game's secret boss, because he's at the bottom of the thing, and he's out of your way, and we didn't actually need to go beat him for any Vlad items. Oh yeah, this is where we got missed the first time, I believe. Okay, this is why I thought there might be something the other way, because there's a hallway above it that we could check out. Yeah, I suppose we'll go back this way just to fill in our map. Oh, is there something? Oh, this is where we fought Richter. Ooh, is this going to be like some like Dark Souls-ass, like 1 million skeletons battle royale kind of thing? Well, the boss fight started, but... Oh, they've changed. Fake Sifa? Are these like... Oh, these are like the friends you get in Castlevania 3. Yeah, there's Trevor, and then there's like the flea manlet guy. Okay, cool. That's a neat callback. I always wanted to play Castlevania 3 because I was like, oh man, different characters, that's sweet. But never got to play it. Did not have that one. I didn't actually own Castlevania 1 either as a kid. So that was like I've gone to my uncle's house and I'm gonna try and beat this game that is too hard for me as the wee lad. But as we've dealt with witches before, and I don't know if she's technically a witch or just like some kind of magician. Unsure of the specifications. Maybe it has something to do with adherence to dark magics or whatever. But to deal with magicians, we gotta scream at them with the bat because they're kind of in a place that getting to them is hard. Oh, Grant. So that's like a human being. I always thought it was like the flea man like type enemies, but no, he's just a dude who can like crawl on the ceiling. That crawling on the ceiling always made me think he was a flea man, but like I said, I've only seen like some like screenshots and video of the game. So I accidentally fired off some fireballs. Have some fireballs, Trevor. I do not like Trevor's yellow armor. It's not flattering. Like not Richter. Simon's armor is just like leather colored, so it's it doesn't look great, but his armor's like like, what if it's like weird mustard pee-pee color. It's not a great look, Trevor. But this is a cool boss fight where it's like, hey, you have to fight the protagonists of Castlevania 3, which I believe Alucard was also one of them. So these are Alucard's buddies. In fact, I wonder whenever Maria and Alucard like meet and they're like, oh, have you seen a Belmont? And she's thinking of Richter, but he thinks of a Belmont. I thought the sprite was a Simon's, but maybe it was supposed to be Trevor's. I'm not sure if there's a difference in their sprites. Cool. That boss wasn't like super tough or anything. Is that a Vlad item boss? No, that's just like a fun little you found it boss. That was neat. I like that. And it's also cool that it's in the same hallway where we found Richter. So it's like, here's some more Belmont garbage in the Belmont garbage hallway, and we're gonna. God, for some reason we made it like all the way through the Oh, this is just the Minotaur that we fought when we first got here. For some reason, we made it all the way through the Inverse Castle, and then we got to the very end, and it started to disorient me, which is weird. You would think the disorientation would, hit you up front, and then, you kind of just get used to it and be like, oh, yes, it's the same place but upside down. But for some reason, at some point, like, while we were, like, doing this, it just hit me like, oh, wait, I'm a little confused about, like, the placement of things, and I don't know why it took a while to kick in. Oh, there's actually more to this than I remembered there being, but that's fine. We can come down here and check this out, because I think this is just another hallway that'll lead us back to where we were going anyways. Oh, yeah, we fought this guy in the other place. I think I ended up cheesing him with, our fart cloud. As Azaghal. And there's quite a few of them, which is neat. Like, the other one we saw, and it was kind of, like, presented as like, oh, here's a mini boss like enemy because there's quite a few of them, but he's just a big vandal sword. So the hardest thing about him is that sword is so big that it kind of just has a giant hurt box, and he knocked me off. So I'm just gonna skip him. I mean, I could just like fart him to death, but that's not proper. Hopefully he won't come after me while I fight this other guy. Oh, is that like a? For some reason, the money bag looked like it was empty, but I feel like they used to look a bit fuller. So I'm not sure if that was just a problem with the sprite rendering or my brain. That's also a good possibility. Or I've just gotten used to seeing some fat bags, so now the smaller bags just don't look as good. Yeah, this is exactly what happened to the other one, where I just stood on it for a while, and it didn't know how to react to being, attacked by the fart cloud. Which, that's completely reasonable. If a sentient fart cloud attacked me, I'm not sure I would understand the protocol for, responding to this. Okay, cool. We just made a loop around, so we can continue onwards. I think we'll explore up the elevator shaft before we continue onwards. This is where we came out of. I don't remember how big these rooms are, but I'm pretty sure these rooms just kind of led to like one-off, like have some money rooms. Oh, this one is just going to give us a bunch of upgrades. Neat. It always weirds me out whenever you find a bunch of upgrades right next to each other, especially given the amount of, like, woohoo secret, like, potential places in the video game. And then, speaking of which, is this a... No, this doesn't seem to be breakable. The way it kind of glowed, like, or not glowed, the difference, like, in the bricks made me think, oh, is that a thing? But no, that's just a standard little, like, window dressing that they added, and we haven't been in this room, so I guess... Oh, that's so funny, the way it's just, like, there's, like, one block, like, on the map that we hadn't seen. Oh, this is where we got the blood cloak. Graham. Yeah, I remember when we came in this room, and it was like, oh, this is actually a little, like, unsettling. Let's see, what is Graham? It should be at the bottom. Graham. The sword named Graham. Oh, this is, like, the Hector or Harper sword that we got. Let's see what its deal is. Okay, it's just one of those standard, it's kind of quick. Oh, actually, before I uncheck it, let's see. Does it have a special move when I quarter circle? Ooh. What was that? Was that like... Oh, that was the gun. No, that was just the gun. Yeah, because the gun fires off like a dart, and if it hits, it like electrocutes. Oh, it's a taser. That's what it is. I think that's what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a taser. That makes like infinitely more sense. Yeah, you're just gonna... I'm gonna fart you to death. I'm sorry. You're kind of in a position that was kind of hard for me to get to, so I'm gonna cheese you. I'm sorry. Ever since we beat Galamoth, it's just been cheesing left and right. I don't think the beast in the normal castle had that much blood on its face. That may just be a matter of misremembering. Oh man, I use like the invincibility frames of turning into the bat, like to kind of just sneak on by. Yeah, we'll go with diamond over axe because diamond can be super OP. Let's go with holy water just because I haven't made good use of holy water throughout the playthrough, so I keep finding it and going I should make better use of it, and then not really using it all that much. Man, I still want to learn how to kill these stone skulls because they're an odd enemy. There has to be a way to kill them. It's just I'm just not privy to it, I'm guessing. That's interesting. I've never noticed that the transforming into the bat had like I'm guessing the Bark has the same thing. Has invincibility frames on the transformation. Kind of interesting that it took me this long to, I guess, notice it. I guess I tend not to like whip it out in combat. Okay, we can go this way. Oh, these were just werewolves. For some reason, I remember them being werebeasts. I think there was like a skeleton werewolf or something that was called a werebeast, and I just got the names mixed up. These are just straight up and down. This is a werewolf, baby. You just go ahead and just whack him. He doesn't really know how. He doesn't have much defense against that. If he was to do his like little slide kick, he'd be good, but he was not doing his slide kick, and this takes us back to where we've been. Cool. All good. Continue our odd strat. Like, okay, so the animations in this game I find very good, and I've praised them before. Oh, Iron Fist. Let's see, what is up with Iron Fist? Owned by Karate Master. Oh, it's actually stronger than our Moon Rod. Let's see what the deal with Iron Fist is. Oh, if you hold the attack button after you punch, he like holds his guard up. I wonder if that's like a block. That'd be super cool if it was a block. Let me compare it against our Jewel, because we got like a Jewel Fist earlier in the game that was like kind of a badass like punchy punch for a while. Jewel Knuckles. No, it's a little bit stronger than it. Oh yeah, let's rock the Iron Fist for a little bit. Why not? And is this the only way we could go? Yes. Okay. I think we filled in all of the Coliseum area. So we can continue on. Oh, yeah, you punch like downwards when you jump. It's weird. Can I do... No, you can't punch at an angle, though. So we'll have to be aware of that. Oh, nope, not clock. You don't want the clock. Goodbye, clock. Oh, there's another one of these guys? I was hoping for like a kind of a cooler enemy because there's just been some neat enemies in here. Like, well, I guess we've only been in here once, but there was like a poltergeist guy. Oh, how did I hit him? Oh, I accidentally threw a holy water at him. That's how I got him. Punching the sword may not be the most effective way at beating this guy. Yeah, this guy's like just hurt boxes. Kind of a problem. Oh, we managed to crit him though. I wonder if that was just a lucky crit or if Knuckles just have a big crit chance. I probably shouldn't be bothering to kill this guy, but for some reason I feel so much like whenever we come across enemies like this that it's like, oh, this is kind of a challenge room where I should take out this guy even though it's probably not worth it, but then I end up going, no, I'm just gonna fart on him until he dies, and it's not really all that much of a challenge. But coming at this guy with the fist, like, where am I supposed to be hitting it? It looks like it's the hilt that is the weak point. Oh, thank you for the potion use fairy. I was just thinking, like, I don't want to use a life apple against this guy. Oop, nope, he's gonna swing. Nope. Yeah, see, it's... Man, I think we just might need a bigger weapon for coming at these kind of guys. I don't want to kill him in the walls, because the reason I'm fighting him is because I'm interested if he has, like, a cool drop or something. Yeah, if he's gonna... Well, no, he came out of the walls. I was gonna say... Well, then I punched him back in. That's the problem. I keep punching him back into the wall, but like I don't want to give him the space to kind of get out here, but I do need to get behind him to punch him in the other direction so we can. Thank you for the constant potion. See, I punched him the other way and he still flew off screen. I just wanted to see if he had a cool drop, but we killed him. We can move on. I won't worry about those guys for now. Oh, this connects back into an area? Oh, yeah, we came in here to go fight when we went to the Orlocks area, so I think we're good. That took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but yeah, we filled in the Coliseum area. So now we'll just, I guess, head on down to the teleporter. I, for some reason, forgotten that we had done all of this. Oh yeah, this is where we found the weird Cthulhus. I'm just gonna go ahead and murder Cthulhu with a little, like, fart gas. No, he's not Cthulhu. The Cthulhus are the other ones, but that's fine, Just in case they have a... Oh, is that a stone mask? Yeah, he's a stone mask. It's interesting that we're starting to find enemies that just drop, like, items that were, like, exploration rewards earlier in the game. it kind of makes me think like, oh, that's cool, because then it makes like the exploration reward from earlier feel like, oh, you got like something that's supposed to be way later in the game. Which like, whenever you pick it up where it's like, oh, it's this cool, unique thing, that's still cool, but then you find it like way later in the game. So it doesn't like, oh, well, if I had just waited a little bit, I could have gotten it without like having explored. But honestly, I prefer like, you guys have seen how I've been playing this game. I like the exploring. It's fun. It's cool. It's neat. I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite parts of like any games of just like, I'm just going to look around and find everything, it's a blast. Which then whenever games like Breath of the Wild come out, it's like, oh my God, there's too much to explore. And then all of a sudden there's a forever game that you could just keep playing and never find all the yahahas because you don't want to take the time to find them with a guide, because then you're just kind of following along with the guide. It becomes busy work, and yeah. Good game, Breath of the Wild. I like it. Oh yeah, I was excited to fight these tombstone enemies because I remember when we saw them the first time, and they were like one of the indicators of, oh my God, that's an enemy we've never seen. This is about to be like way bigger than I thought it would. I thought they'd be a bigger deal because honestly, they reminded me of enemies. Oh, you know what I was about to say? They reminded me of enemies in the Stone Tower Temple when it flipped upside down. I was like, oh, that's why I made that connection. Because there's like these Armo statues that flip like upside down. Whenever you go to the like upside down version of Stone Tower Temple in Majora's Mask, and they're like much stronger like enemies than you faced at that point, I guess. And they're cool and neat. What is that? Oh, that's a Waka knife. It's just like a throwable thing. Okay, cool. I did fill in all the things here, so we can continue upwards. And these guys, these bloom pods, are nothing to us now that we got the power of the magic fart. Nothing can stop us. Before, like, they would poison us, and I was like, oh no, I need to put on my topaz circlet, and blah, 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 but now we just fart on through them, baby. They can't stop us. Pretty good. Feeling pretty powerful right about now. We're gonna, we're gonna breeze through the rest of the castle, and then we're gonna go murk our daddy, because, sometimes your daddy is in need of a good murkin. It happens, Happens to everybody. Oh, Black Panther. That was neat. That was a cool enemy for, like, just something that seems like they just kind of threw it into a hallway, like. Yeah, and there was only one in there. Like, I imagine we'll see more. Oh, there's a boss in here. I believe this is where we fought the Griffin when we first came through here. What is this? Oh, it's a Medusa. Oh, it's just straight up Medusa. Okay, I shouldn't. I'm not going to cheese her. I don't want to cheese her because we've... Oh my God, I just like rapid punch. That was awesome. Oh my God. How did I... Was that the quarter circle? How did I do that? Oh, if you just hold down. Is it just hold? No, it's not. It's not just holding down. Is you punch it a bunch? Was that a quarter circle and I didn't realize? You do it when you have your... How did I do that? Must have been the quarter circle, right? Yeah, I think it was just a quarter circle. The Heart of Vlad. Cool, cool, cool. And that's our final Vlad item, so... Let's see. It's interesting that you can turn them off, because they all give you, like, bonuses. Avoid Curse. Cool. Yeah, so, like, these, like, boosted our stats a ton. Like, when we got that like, Tooth of Vlad, and I was like, why are we dealing so much damage? But yeah, this Iron Fist is super cool. Kind of just destroy... Oh, look! The Panther's sleeping! I mean, it's not sleeping. It's probably on the prowl. What? Oh, it's like a Displacer Beast. I mean, that's not exactly how Displacer Beasts work, but that was cool. Like, it turned into Shadow. Can I hurt it when it's in this form if I hit it with the fart? That was neat. Pretty cool. So we have encountered both Black Panther and Iron Fist. There's, like, some comic book garbage going on in the same episode. This is the comic book garbage episode, which isn't what it's going to be called because this is the last episode. And I've known what I wanted to call the last episode of the series from episode 1, just because I'm a weirdo like that who way overthinks like weird little things like that. Because, well, I mean, wait. I was about I shouldn't spoil it, but I was like, wait, they can see it. They're watching it. This isn't like a thing. This isn't a secret. You guys know that this episode's called Dracula's, because I assume we're gonna be seeing Dracula in this episode. I'll be disappointed if there's no Dracula in this game. because I've wanted to call this episode Dracula's, and if it's not called Dracula's, well, shame on me. I've been bested by this video game. Because I assume we're going to fight Dracula, and there's going to be multiple Draculas, because Alucard is also a Dracula, and I wanted to call it that because episode 1 I called humans when I heard Dracula say humans, because that made me chuckle a lot. I mean, obviously the highlight of that like cutscene is the "What is a man?" But like, you know, everyone's heard, you know, the "What is the man?" Like, I've never heard the Dracula's like totally just like, humans, like that, such disdain. It was really great. We're just chalking up like some great things in here, and this area is so easy to traverse, like compared to oh, that wasn't something to stand on. For some reason I thought it was something to stand on. Like when we came through here the first time, I don't believe we had Bat when we first... Oh, they're the Weird JoJo guys who... Oh man, I should have looked up the song. Oh, I killed one and it killed both. Weird. I should have looked up the song, or a song that I could have called them, so it would have been like a proper full-on JoJo's. Oh wait, was this the spike room? I don't think we're far enough right for the spike room yet, but maybe it is. I was avoiding it because I was assuming that this was a bridge to another tower. I didn't realize we were at the end already. Spike breaker, let's go ahead and pop that on, because as we know, when we get to the end of here, we're going to have to open a door, and we have no way of opening a door as Mist or as Bat. So we'll have to continue onwards, just kind of willy-nilly breaking these spikes as we please. Oh, is there not a door in this version? There's not a door in this version. And there is instead the Twilight Cloak, which I'm guessing the Twilight Cloak is like the Alucard Cloak. I'm so upset. There's so many scenic places where Alucard decides he wants to vogue instead of being a moody boy. Black Cape for vampires. It gives us a con boost. It gives us a 1 defense boost. Let's go ahead and see the Twilight Cloak. Let's see what it's up. Oh, this is the glowy cape. I guess it's time to retire the Wario. We've been enjoying some Wario Land and our Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but maybe we should use the glowy cape because it glows and it's neat. We used that invisible cape for a long time, and it didn't bother me until I started needing to take like screen caps for like the thumbnails, and I was like, this stupid cape is so hard to get like a snapshot of, because the thing like just flickers. So it was like sometimes it just wouldn't be there, and like what would otherwise be like a good shot. But yeah, I guess we'll rock this cape, because I guess it's part of Alucard's fashion line, and we'll respect Alucard's wishes to rock his fashion line. And God, I want to see what these Sniper of Goth guys drop, because I bet they drop like a cool... Oh, they just drop Magic Missile. I wonder how powerful Magic Missile is, because I've never used it. Have we been in this area? Oh, I guess this leads into This leads out of that one boss fight and into the Coliseum. Yeah, this is where we came, and that one imp attacked us, and then I panicked because I thought my controller had disconnected, which was like, I don't know. I really enjoyed that. That was kind of like, you know, like you Oh, whoops! I accidentally hit my mic. What is that? King's Stone. Like that's the kind of thing that I imagine like a lot of people like. Oh no, my thing doesn't work anymore. But like, just the fact that I could be like, oh no, my controller disconnected, it was fun. Gemstone Buckle, that gives us a crap ton of strength. Maybe we'll put that on when we fight Pappy, so we can like be like super tough. Do we have like a Alucard like? I don't think we have like Alucard's fancy schmancy. Oh, this is Alucard's thing he came in to the castle with. The Necklace of J was the thing he came in with. I don't know if he had 2 or not. He probably... Oh, that gives you a ton of defense, actually. But I don't know. Maybe we should put on the entire fashion line for him, but I'm also not sure. Okay, so we've checked out this entire area, so we're done with the towers. And I guess we'll continue on to the chapel. Okay, we beat this guy last time. So we'll just kind of move through him. I don't remember if this was a poltergeist or whatnot, and I'm not super worried about that money. Oh, there's nothing down here? Okay. Well, that's alright. I mean, I guess this area is much easier to get to. Before, it was like you know, you had to do like a weird jump to get to it before you had the bat power-up, I think, was the deal. So, okay. That's fine. Oh, this area will be interesting to traverse, because these are... Oh, fire... Oh, I saw Boomerang and got excited, even though I've learned that I probably shouldn't be excited about Boomerang. And don't worry, Sniper of Goth, I'm coming from you. And he dropped a smart potion, or, oh, elect potion. Okay. I like that the potions are just pills. It's like, you know, they had to come up with, I guess, a name for them, like, to make it, like, you're not just, like, slamming down, like, some pills. Except probably wouldn't go over great with, Oh, man, that bat actually looks pretty cool. The glowing red, man. Man, oh, man. I miss Wario, though. But I guess we'll rock the fashion line. And I need to... there we go. I mean, we don't need to, you know, fill in the map. Like, I'm not sure if filling in the map will, like, give us a different ending or anything. But I want to try and go for... Oh, what is this? A jet... Oh, I got. I don't remember how we beat this guy last time. It looks like it's the same as getting unstuck. What the hell is that? Well, hold on, Imp. I need to check out this archer. What is this archer doing? They got, like... Okay, so they're riding some weird, like, steampunk ass like thing, but it looks like they're wearing a clan hood, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fart them to death. I'm gonna go ahead and just fart the clan to death, you know, as you're supposed to. Whenever you meet a clan member, you gotta fart them to death. It's only polite. Only polite. Yeah, I guess you can get farted on too. Why not? If there's another one of them, we'll scream. We'll change it up and we'll scream at them to death with the power of the bat. Oh man, I'm glad I figured out how to kill those guys. Oh, and there's another one. Cool. We can go scream at them. Oh yeah, the TNT. I keep forgetting about all these like really cool like bombs and stuff that we get, but just never think to use them. Like, they're the kind of things that we could probably like bust out in a boss fight and like wreck shop. But you know, it's just not the kind of thing I think of. Like, we've used the Power of Sire one at the very least, so I don't feel super bad about not using them because we've used Power of Sire, and I assume that one's the best. Okay, this guy's taking a little bit more to kill now that we're trying to scream him to death. This guy's a shitty archer, by the way. He like does not shoot like ever. The Sniper of Goth is like always on his grind, like trying to get you, but this like stupid clan member's like, no, I'm just gonna sit here and carefully take aim and never shoot. Which you would think the sniper out of any of them would be like, I'm going to spend a while making sure my shot's good, and then, you know, taking the shot only when it's necessary. But no, the Sniper of Goth is like, no, I'm gonna shoot you out of the air, and we'll just go ahead and fart him to death. You know, get it over with. Because you know, aerial combat has become like so trivial the second we got Fart. Fart has just like unlocked like aerial combat. We are the masters of the air, of very bad smelling air. So let's continue on. Man, we're getting a lot of gems too, but I don't know if there's anything we could buy. Like, I guess I could go buy like all the tactics and see if there's anything like cool with that. And is this the statue room? Where does the statue room lead out to? Or is this I don't think there's a teleporter over here. Oh, this leads back into the starting area. All right. Okay, cool. I guess we'll just come over here, complete our map. Cool and good. And we can continue back on the way we came. Go back through the loading zone. So I think we're doing pretty good. When we started this episode, we were at 184.8, I believe. I think that's what I said. I will probably check before we... Oh, this was just a safe spot. Okay, cool. I'll probably check before we go and fight the Dracula, just to be sure, you know, that we're doing good, because we should be approaching about 200%, I think. Is there anything I've forgotten? We still don't have access to this area. I assume the Vlad items are what gives us access to that. Where is that hallway? I believe this is the hallway we need to go find, and the normal castle. I feel like there's a tower that I missed, but no, I guess it's just these three. Feel like I've missed something. We checked out the long library. We checked out the back room, like where we initially found. I think this is where we found Bat to start off with. like in normal castle. Yeah, maybe we hit everything. I'm gonna go ahead and reset and see how we're doing. So I'm pretty sure I just hit overwrite and save, but I don't want to like, reset the game. Then beans, I didn't do it. Oh, bad. Oh no. Oh dang. Okay, so I'm gonna reset the game. 197 points, and the anti-chapel. God, I love the upside down place names. They're so good. 97.6. We are 2.4% away from being complete, which how much percent is each room? I think each room's 0.5%. If I had to hazard a guess, I think that's what I was thinking it would work out to. So yes, I guess we'll be. Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense because I think this area is quite a few rooms. Here, let's actually just go back to the normal castle. How do I do that? Oh, yes, we do that by coming in here, finding wherever the hell our library cards ended up. Well, we could probably warp back by going to the... Where do the library cards go? A library card. There it is. We have a ton of them, too. So we might as well as like pay one last visit to the master librarian while we're down there. Sell all our things so we can have a bunch of money, and then continue onwards. And then I guess figuring out what weapon we want to go fight the final boss with. Honestly, it's probably going to be the moon rod, just because I think the moon rod's really fun.
I'm interested in this. I'm interested in.
Sell all our stuff first.
I'm interested in. I'm interested in this.
I'm interested in this. Let's see, is there anything like just cool, like big ballin' things we can buy? No, it doesn't look like gauntlet. Is this a punchy or is this a... Yeah, it looks like it's a punchy, attacky thing. Ring with holy powers. I believe we bought one of these. Yeah, it says number 1, so I think that means we bought one of them. I'll buy the gauntlet, why not? We already have Joseph's cloak. We don't need any of these other cloaks because we're going to use the fashion line. Don't need any of these other equipment. He doesn't have any new weapons. Flame Star? Oh, it's just a throwing star. Alright. Okay, cool. I guess, how many hammers do we have? We don't have any, so let's just buy 3. Where we do not need any more uncurses. Let's buy 3 of these, even though, like, we could put on the circlet that gives us, like, venom protection and, never have to worry about it. We have tons of those. I don't know if Fairy will use elixirs or not. We have so many high potions. We don't have any normal potions, though. So you know what that means. I'm going to spend the rest of my money on normal potions. Now, I probably should have held all of my money, but I was like, I want to buy a bunch of potions. That seems like fun. Probably a bad idea. Okay, so when we look at this, I think this was the area that we missed. Yeah, because this is where we fought Beelzebub, and what was it? I don't remember what the boss was here. Oh, this was Orlox's room. That's what it was. I think this was the hallway we needed to check out. This is 1, 2. This is 11 rooms. If each room's 0.5%, that's 5%. I mean, it's a little bit more than it's like 5.5%, I think. Assuming that my math minor isn't failing me, which it very easily could. Cal 2 destroyed my practical normal everyday math for some reason. For some reason, it just killed my ability to be like, what's plus and divide? How do? So I'm guessing each room isn't a full percent like I thought it was. Or maybe this area doesn't count too much for completion, because once you get down... I'm assuming you have to get into this room to start the boss fight. Maybe they'll be like, the first phase of the boss fight, like Dracula will be like some kind of like big weird like Dracula like fart cloud that chases you around, and then like the second form happens in like this actual like middle room with that weird like gate to hell looking thing, which I still want to know why Maria was just hanging out in that room. Like, I get the idea of like, here's a secret area to unlock the thing, but why would Maria be hanging out there? Like, why wouldn't she be hanging out somewhere cool, like over here? Or like, I mean, we met her here. We met her in the clock room. Oh, there is a save there. Oh, I was like, why didn't I get the save there? It was because we didn't have access to that area. Okay, cool. I'm going to come over here, wherever the hell we're missing that thing, and fill in the map there. And then I guess we'll go back to the Inverse Castle and finish up the game. Here we go. I found the area that we had found in the Inverse Castle, almost called it the Dark World again, and the normal castle. It's here. I figured, pop it on the... Oh, the sword card. Oh, this is our last relic. We now have all the relics. And there was a fifth thing, so cool. I'm glad that it was a fifth relic and not some weird like MacGuffin thing. Oh, we get a cool like sword guy that'll follow us. That's neat. Guess we'll have the sword chill with us. Will sword like attack things like this or just normal enemies? Not sure, but cool. I'm glad we came back here so we could have the final relic and the final buddy. Especially since we probably don't want to use the fairy in the final boss fight. Did we? This room just must not have the statue in the Inverse Castle because I don't remember it being like a thing. Oh, thank God we can use our cape here. There's so many good places for you to pose where Alucard will vogue, and I get, voguing's posing, but like, while this is like, oh yeah, work your shoulders or whatever, like, come on, he's a Dracula. He's gotta do the cape thing. He's gotta do the cape thing. Okay, I'll see you guys back in the normal, or not the normal, the abnormal castle. Okay, so we've returned to the Inverse Castle, and I just wanted to show the map, show you guys where we are. And I'm making my way downtown. Okay, yeah. I'm going to the place where the final boss is, very obviously going to happen. And the reason why I'm not just meeting you guys there, A, because I'm sure something cool is going to happen when we walk in the room with all the Vlad items, and B, I wanted to talk you guys through what I want to do with this final boss. Now, I briefly said that I didn't want to utilize the fairy in the final boss. Now, the fairy is my favorite of these familiars we've gotten. She's fun and she's very useful, like both in combat, like via her healing us, and also like helping us find secrets and stuff. But I think healing's a little too good, because healing just means if we walk in with the resources, we can never lose. I mean, the way that healing works in this game, it's not like a perfect, like, oh, just because I use a potion. Like, I've died after using potions. Like, it happened when we fought Galamoth, for example. So it's like, it's not, like, perfect. But I want to try and beat the final boss without healing, if possible. So we'll walk in with our sword, who, won't be very high level because we just got him. That's all I really had to say about that. Just, see if we can do it without healing. We probably will need to do it, but, just give it a shot, try our best to see what's happening. And now let's see what happens when we walk in here. Okay, it seems to be more of, like, the same whenever we opened up the bottom area to this weird hell dimension. Because it was like, yeah, when we came down here the first time, like, I was super on edge, because the place was super ominous, and, I was like, oh, this is definitely going to be a boss fight. But, there was just Maria chilling, and we haven't seen her or Richter for a while. I think they just stayed in the normal castle. They aren't, like, in the area we last saw them, however, and I shouldn't actually untransform here. I meant to untransform just, like, above here, but, that's fine. Oh, it's another heart refresh, which is cool. It means we could spam, cross, like, I think cross takes 100 hearts, so... at our current amount, we could do it twice, but I was actually assuming that we would get a health, not a health upgrade, but, like the health heart upgrades, because there used to be a ton of them in that area. Is it just the 2 rooms? I'm kind of convinced that the other one might be hiding a secret area if I just went and punched the wall a little bit. So I'm just going to go and punch the wall a little bit before we descend into the boss room, because I remember this area just having a lot of stuff in it, so I assumed there would be more as well. So I'm guessing there's some secrets I forgot, because, like, let's look at our health. Our health is 638. The health's hard to say because, you know, you level up and get health when you level up. But I don't think you get hearts unless you get pickups. So I'm guessing I'm missing 1 heart pickup. I don't know if they increase by 5 or by 10. If they're by 5, you know, 2. Because I'm guessing 300's the max. Maybe not. Maybe it's higher. Maybe your hearts also go up with level ups. I just haven't noticed. Because those heart refreshes give you 500. And it'd be weird to give you something that recovers your hearts by 500 if 300 is actually the max amount. Oh, you know what? I should actually... What I want to do now is... I'm not sure if I can do this. I've been resetting to, you know, I'm just going to reset because I want to see the percentage that we have completed before we continue onwards. And then we'll check our equipment before we continue, you know, dive up into the final boss. 198.1% in the Black Marble Gallery. Okay, so completing rooms. Okay, so what did we have? We only filled in like 2 rooms, I think, by doing the other thing. What were we at before? Oh my god, I can't remember, and I can't check back the footage without ending the recording. But I think that gave us maybe 8% for filling it in. So I'm not sure if when we go into like these boss rooms, if that will count as well, because there's about 9 rooms in there. So if one's like 1%, that'll fill in like 5%. We'll be like over 200. So I'm guessing that's not correct. Like, oh, we were probably at 97 point something. So I'm not exactly sure where we're going to be, but we're going to be close to 200%. And I don't want to look anything up and go find secrets that, you know, I haven't actually found. I also don't want to run around the entire castle, like, just punching every wall and stuff for a while. So I'm feeling pretty good. We did much better than I you know, at the beginning of this playthrough I thought we would do. I figured I'd missed a ton of things and we would just have a good fun time, but, you know, it wouldn't be perfect. But I'm surprised how much we got, because you know, before playing this game, you know, I had played Metroid games, and I've never 100%ed a Metroid game. There's always so many secrets that I don't find. But, you know, we found so many just by naturally playing, like, the way I play games, like, just, you know, following through things with, like, curiosity or whatever. So, yeah, it was a blast. I've really enjoyed this game. I don't know if going into the final boss with the Holy Glasses will help. It was useful whenever we fought Raft. So I don't know. I'll go in there with the Holy Glasses. Sure, the Dragon Helm will give us more defense, but I think we take more damage when we wear it. We will be swapping over to our secret boots. I'm not going to break that promise. I really like the Mystic Pendant. That magic recovery is very, very good. Can I sort these items? I hate the way that these items end up being like all like strewn about. So we're gonna get to go in with a 1. I don't want to improve healing item power because we're gonna try and do it without healing. The Bloodstone gives us blood healing. I still don't really understand the blood healing. I think the blood healing is the thing that happens when you do Dark Metamorphosis, but not, you know, 100%. Ring of Pails, that just gives us a boost all around, like +1 to everything. So that's neat. Ring of Ares, you know, turn us into a glass cannon to go fight Pappy. Oh, the Gauntlet is a thing that you just put on that gives you +5 attack. That's neat. But I think this gives us like +5 all around. So if we're gonna do anything, we put on, if we're just going for straight stat bonuses, the Sunstone is the way to go. This one's super cool, and I may, you know, honestly, if we're gonna try not to heal, having something that might take damage for us would probably be better. Like the best thing for us to walk in there with. Just, you know, like a weird substitute that sometimes goes off. I kind of want to go in there with the Necklace of J, so we're wearing the full fashion line. But, you know, maybe over the course of this playthrough, like, you know, going through the castle, Alucard learns that he'd like to be discreetly taller more so than wearing a pendant necklace thing that I'm assuming he got from his madre. Now for the weapon. The weapon's going to be an interesting one. The Iron Fist has been cool. But, you know, I like to have a bit more range than what it is offering us. I'm not too worried about, like, the strength overall of the weapon, because, you know, while that is important, you know, it's not the most important thing. I mean, it's a weapon, so the strength is actually the most important thing. But, you know, it's not the most important thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Strong versus Holy, definitely not going to be useful against Dracula. Our gameplay has not increased, apparently, because this is still not like a super powerful weapon. I wonder if that's like a type, like not like a typo, but like a weird translation thing, or if this does just get better with the more, the higher your like file time is. That's the word. Yeah, it's stupid like technology work. Oh, my account time. We could just roll in there with the Alucard sword and be like, "What up, Dad? Time to get got." The Harper sword, nothing special. The elemental swords are neat. We could go in with the cursed dark sword that actually deals damage now that we have ways of increasing our strength other than our weapon. The Graham sword, we could go in there with a nice amount of damage. Luminous, we could hit him with light, so that'd probably be useful. Talwar, I do not remember picking up this weapon ever. Let me just... What was it? Okay, it's just kind of like a standard sword. Nothing special about it, but I did not remember picking it up. Right now, Alucard's sword is kind of what I'm feeling. We could go in there with the Werebane. The Werebane is actually really cool, even though, Alucard's sword is going to be superior. I do want to have a shield, so none of these two-handed things are on the table, unfortunately. Holy Rod looks like it's lowered in its attack amount, but the Holy Rod's super fast, and with that holy element, very powerful. We could go in there and bust out our shield rod and start the game. Yeah, let's start off the fight with a big boost to our stats, since we're going to be trying to play without healing. I really like the moon rod. So we might swap over to the... No, you know what? I love the moon rod, but we should probably play smart. And also maybe there's some bonus for going in with all the Alucard stuff, so maybe I should put on that Necklace of J. I want to wear the secret boots though. Yeah, I'm not sure. See, because I'm not sure how many endings this game has. We saw the bad ending, and I'm not sure if this will be if there's a good ending and a super good ending. I'm not 100 on that. And honestly, while I would like to look it up and learn stuff like that, I don't want to I don't want to look it up now. Didn't mean to say I want to look it up now, but after the fact and present it to you guys. I don't know. We'll worry about if there's going to be bonus stuff to this Let's Play at some point, because it's not going to be immediate. Yeah, okay. We're just going to go in there and we're going to beat down Daddy with our Alucard sword. You know what? Why not? No, I talked myself out of it. I'm going in with the moon rod. We're gonna go in there, and Pappy's gonna see us use nothing but rods. We're gonna be a rod boy. He's gonna take one look at us and go, "Ah, yes, my son Alucard, the rod boy." Okay, so let's see. Is this gonna get started immediately, or are we gonna walk in here and it's boss time, or do we got to get into the little chamber first? It's looking like we might have to enter the chamber first. Okay. Well, that does mean I could fill in all of the map here and then go back and check again and see what our percentage is at, which sounds like a little bit of a waste, but I'm gonna do it. In fact, I think I can do it without resetting the game. I'm still gonna edit it out for you guys, so I'm actually not gonna step into there just in case, because last time when we were here with Maria and I stepped onto that thing, it immediately forced us down, and while I'm sure it wouldn't do that while we're a bat, I'm not 100% on that, and I don't want to I'm just interested to see how much of the game that we completed just naturally playing, because there's only one room left in there. So we're going to we've added 10 rooms to our thing. Before we were at 198.1, I believe, if I remember the numbers correctly. So I'm just going to go back, save, and check our save file again. Oh my god. Oh my... I can't believe... Did the memory card just break... Oh my god! The memory card stopped working on the... Oh, okay, it's back, okay. Memory card is back. Problem solved. Our save seems to have reset to the beginning of the episode, however. So, not great, but could have been worse. Okay, so before we continue on, I did check in the memory card. It lets me check, the save files, and I checked it before I reset the game, because normally resetting the game is fine. Normally it's closing the emulator that deletes the save files and resets it to its original state. So I don't know why resetting it this time pissed it off. But it said we were at 199, but I was like, I'm going to come to the save file so I can see the percentage, so I kind of have an idea of how much each percent gets us. But then this bullshit oh my god. Okay. I'm going to play back through the contents of this episode and see you guys at Dracula. Hey, what's up? I went and did all the things again. So they're all done. And we've come to the Master Librarian for two reasons. One, this isn't Master Librarian related, but I found this sword called the Yasusuna. It's very cool. You can just kind of destroy things. I believe a werewolf dropped this. It might have been the Minotaur. They were in the same room. But it seems to confer like a massive like defensive like negative. Also, we can't carry a shield while we're doing it, and I'm pretty sure it has a defensive negative because like when we swap over to anything else, like it gets higher. So we're not going to be using it, but it was fun to use while I was exploring around looking for stuff. Now the reason we are here, I think Moonrod was what I decided I was going to do. No, we were going to do Shield Rod, then swap over to Moonrod. Yeah, we were going to beat Daddy down with rods. That was what I decided. It's been a minute. I mean, you get it. The reason we're here is I actually, instead of buying all those potions I didn't want to use, I went and purchased every single tactics and watched all of them. There weren't any cool little secrets like there were in the Dracula one. It was just like, here's how to fight them really efficiently. Some of them are really cool, like, here's me playing at like a super high level, like a bunch of skill and blah, 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 blah. Some of them are like, oh, here's a neat exploit. But a lot of them ended up being like, I'm going to exploit the AI and like hit them, and then they back off, and then they jump straight into an attack. You can kind of just sit there and hit them without doing much. And some of them too were also using like the defensive things, like the circlets that avoid like attack. Like I don't think we ever got one for lightning damage. But when they fought Galamoth, they just stood his electricity and healed. They also used like a weird skeleton laser spell that I don't think I have. I'm not sure if it was related to the weapon they were wielding or whatever. So yeah, there wasn't really anything all that worth watching. It was just like, oh man, here's someone fighting them really well. And it's funny because some of them would be like, they end the fight like almost immediately. Like Galamoth was like 30 seconds, like a minute long. And then some of them would take them a long time to beat. Like they would, I can't remember the bosses. I watched a lot of them back to back. I was actually recording for it, and then I realized I had the sound muted because I was listening to podcasts at the time. And then I was like, oh well, I've messed up the recordings for these, so I guess I'll just delete the recording because there's no audio for them. That's all I really wanted to show off. I believe this is the setup we had before. I could very easily check it by checking my other video file, but I'm not. So I'll meet you guys when we're back at the place with the thing. So I risked it, and I came back here again, but this time I went to the memory card folder, made sure that the date modified had changed, and I looked at the time, I matched the time to my clock to make sure it had changed, and here we go. I almost said here we do, but we have our most recent updates. There should be a couple of these saves in here, just because I was like, overwrite save, yes. Left, came back, don't want to overwrite. Save to slot 1, and then save to slot 2, so there should be a few of them sitting around here. But we are sitting at 199.2. I don't think I don't think one room is going to add 0.8% to our thing. So I'm guessing I missed a room or two throughout the castle. Who knows? The battle could spill out. Like maybe it'll add like an extra part to the castle, because the room that we saw when we came in here with Maria looked like there was a portal in there, so I'm guessing it'll probably warp us somewhere mid-fight. I don't think the entire fight will happen in this one room, although I also doubt that anything as part of that warp would count as, room completion, because, we can't really explore it until we hit, the final boss, so I'm guessing we missed a room or two, which would, corroborate with our heart amount, because I'm guessing, it feels weird that there's like a heart plus like 500, seeing as I don't think it's possible to get 500 hearts unless if at some point of leveling up you hit a point where it's like, oh, you've hit like max level, so we're just going to increment your heart count. But I think I missed 2 hearts because I paid a bit more attention while exploring, and each heart increase gives us +5. So I think I missed 2. So I'm guessing I missed a room or 2, which honestly I'm pretty happy about. Maybe we'll come back for like a small bonus episode or something and poke around, see if we can find the room. And by that I mean at that point it's like, let's just check the map and see what, maybe we'll do that after the credits. We'll sit down and look at like an online map and see what room I missed out, and we go, oh dang, I missed that, and whether it's like super obvious or not. So we're about to go in. I know I just looked at my equipment, and I've already talked through my strategy. That was a couple hours ago for me, so it's kind of gone. Spells. I never used the Tetra Spirit. Honestly, the spells are a thing that I'm not really going to reliably pull off, so no reason to like spend too much time thinking about it. What levels are sword? Sword's still not terribly powerful. It is the lowest level out of all of our other friends. Fairy's looking pretty buff, but as I said before, I'm going to try and not heal in this fight and see where it gets us. We're gonna try. No harm in trying. And actually, let's swap over to Fairy real quick, see if she has any toothy things to say before we enter the daddy fight. No, she doesn't have anything to say. Like before, when we were entering the place where we fought Richter, like I think that's how she rolls her R in a weird way that it's not like it's like a really soft roll. It's very good sounding the way Maria says it. But when we fought Raft Richter, she was like, let's get him, let's kick his ass. But she doesn't have anything to say about this. She doesn't want to get involved in family drama and beating up Daddy. So let's beat up Daddy.
You have done well in making it this far. I would expect no less from the son of our master.
So you are the one who was controlling Belmont?
Yes. I am the dark priest called Shaft. This world must be cleansed in the forge of chaos.
Why did you make Belmont lord of this castle?
For centuries, vampire hunters have defeated evil with holy power. But if two vampire hunters were to fight each other...
But Belmont's power is supreme among vampire hunters. None other could defeat him.
Exactly. That's why I removed him as a threat, by making him into lord of this castle.
But your plan has failed.
Has it indeed? We'll see what happens after I destroy your weak human side.
I guess it's time to fight Shaft. Oh, I thought it'd be like Dracula hanging out in there, but it was Shaft all along. It's Shaft all the way up. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our shield rod for its magical effect. Bust out all of our shields. Get whatever like crazy boosts this will give us. Like it always says, like defense up, and actually defense up didn't pop up on screen. I wonder if there's just too many sprites. Oops. Oh, we recovered. I'm not exactly sure why we recovered when that happened, but I'm glad we did. Maybe that's part of like the. Oops, I keep doing it because now I'm holding out my my shield. Let's actually swap over to a different weapon so that doesn't keep happening. We'll swap to Moonrod because I like the Moonrod. We were healing before. Was that the effect of the shield that it gave us like thunder, like recovery, or? Oh man, there are way too many sprites on screen for this. We don't seem to actually be destroying these balls. We can hit him, so I'm not sure if we just can't destroy the balls. Or if we need to have like a holy weapon, because when we fought, actually let me check my audio because it's a bit loud for me. When we fought Raft before, we had I don't know if we actually had to use the holy rod to break them, but I think it did help. So let's just try this. Let's see if they start breaking once we bust these out. And yeah, it seems like we're healing. I don't know if that's an effect of the Alucard shield or if it's just from the shield rod effect going off. And oops, nope. Oh, you know what? Actually, it might be our Alucard. No, I was gonna say it might be our Alucard male, but we are taking damage from it sometimes. It's just like a sometimes not thing that we don't take damage. And yeah, these don't seem to be breaking. So maybe the fact that I hit it with the Holy Rod last time was just happenstance and not like, oh, you have to do it. So we'll just go ahead and just whack him to death, I guess, while our sword just does whatever the hell it's trying to do. Let's go down and see if we can heal again. It seems like if we let it hit us in a specific way, we start to heal. Like, right here in the corner, like, yeah, we start healing. Oh, there we go.
No!
You claim to love the darkness. Go then and dwell there for all eternity.
But my goal is achieved. Count Dracula has come to purify this corrupt world with the searing flames of chaos.
Father.
Well met, my son. It's been a long time.
I was hoping we would not see each other again. I can't allow you to leave here, Father.
You have ever been the ally of humans. Have you forgotten what they did to your mother?
Think you I would forget such a thing? No, but neither do I seek revenge against them.
Still uttering the same nonsense. No matter. Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me in remaking this world!
Dracula, in the name of my mother, I will defeat you again!
Oh, we're fighting in like the Hell Dimension, like where we fought with Richter whenever we fought him. Oh yeah, he's gone like Super Dracula. This is big and spooky. This is definitely scarier than his form that we saw at the beginning, where he was just like a big demon guy. Right now, he doesn't seem to be doing much to us, however. Our sword is actually doing business to him. Our sword wasn't particularly tough, and he tried to summon that Crowboy to fight us, but unfortunately for him, Crowboy isn't all that much of a threat to us. Is he in the back? Yeah, he's in the background. I wasn't sure if he becomes small or if this was I probably should have dodged that. For some reason, my instinct was I should crouch and shield, which, you know, probably not the best instinct, but hey, we didn't die, so it's all good. In fact, maybe I should bust out. Let's do cross on him. Let's see how he likes Grand Cross. Yeah. And I'm having a hard time parsing what was on screen there. That cross might have cost me more than it was worth. Yeah, is it like a weird fish head on his shoulder? Looks like a fish head. And he's like little, like, alien, like capital A, the movie aliens on his tummy.
Go back whence you came. Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
How is it that I've been so defeated?
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul? Matthew 16:26, I believe. Tell me, what were Lisa's last words?
She said, do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm. For theirs is already a hard lot. She also said to tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
Lisa, forgive me. Farewell, my son.
Is that it? That was kind of easy. So is there more? Is that it? We done? Okay, well, yeah, we've gone to the castle exploding cutscene. Assuming that's what's happening, and it's not like, here's the third, more upside down castle. It's the sideways castle, and inside of it there's Dracula's evil brother. And it can't be backwards, because then you would just end up being like an Alucard. But it'd be like, I don't know, like it'd be like weird and sideways, and the text processing would have to be redesigned to, you know, do it. I think this is the same cutscene we saw when we like straight up like murked Richter instead of freeing him of being Raft. So cool. There might be a small difference here, but it looks the same. I wouldn't be surprised if they reused the cutscenes, because, you know, these were difficult to make back then with the full 3D and all.
So you made it.
Alucard, I'm glad you're all right.
I'm sorry. 'Tis my fault you had to fight your own father.
Fear not. I had my own reasons for destroying him.
It must have been painful for you.
Indeed. But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
I understand.
Alucard, what will you do now?
The blood that flows in my veins is cursed. 'Twould be best for this world if I were to disappear forever.
I see.
Farewell then. We'll not meet again.
Alucard,
Don't you want to go after him, Maria?
I'm sorry. I can't let him disappear from my life.
It's all right. Go after him. Perhaps you can save his haunted soul.
Thank you, Richter. Fare thee well.
And yourself, dear lady.
That ending seemed a little somber. That makes me wonder if there's like a better ending where like maybe we do something really cool. Maybe if we fought Dracula wearing like the entire fashion line, it would be a little bit different. I don't know. But yeah, Dracula was actually a pretty easy boss fight. Honestly, I think Shaft was kind of messing us up a bit more than him. Although I was healing whenever he hit me. I think that might have been the talisman now that I think about it. Because it did say it absorbed damage sometimes. So the way they might have handled that is, oh, you got hit. Oh, the random chance went off. They just heal you for the damage that you just took. Although I imagine that could still get you killed. Unless it happens in such quick succession that you heal before you take the damage. But I don't know. I'm not completely sure. But I'm guessing that was what the talisman did. I might go ahead and fight Dracula again wearing the full fashion line. Using like Alucard's sword too. Just to see if we get a different ending, because I'm not 100 on if there are more endings. I'm guessing there is, because it's like, I mean, that ending wasn't like, oh, you know, it sucks, but, you know, it was a little, like, bittersweet, you know, with him being like, hey, I'm never going to see you guys again. And, you know, Maria also seemed to care a lot about us, like, where she's like, I can't let him disappear from my life. Like, she's known us for, like, what, like, sunrise happened, so like 12 hours at best. Like, sure, we helped her find her like buddy, but it's not like we've like shared any like special moments. It was just like, oh hey, what's up, hope you don't die, bye. I almost said hope you don't die. But you know, it seemed a little weird how she was like, I can't let him disappear from my life. But you know, the game was good. I really enjoyed the video game. Music's on point. The game was very fun. I really enjoyed this, and I'm a little disappointed that I let it sit for this long, because this was a very fun game, and I'm sure, you know, there's some other really good Castlevania games. Like, I remember the Aria of Sorrow looked interesting from the Let's Play I saw years ago. So I imagine some of the other GBA DS ones are also probably pretty good. I think I started to make a point a couple episodes ago where I was talking about Metroid versus Castlevania, and I'm a bit torn. Like, there was a point during this playthrough where I was like, I think Castlevania might be better than, like, comparing this game to Super Metroid. Like, I was like, I started to feel like this game might be better, but I feel like Super Metroid has a bit more better of an atmosphere. I like the spooky setting of this better, but I don't know, like, Metroid, like, just oozes atmosphere that I don't think this game has as much of. I like the exploration better in this game, but I also feel like the exploration might be technically better in Metroid. Just there's a lot of like weird areas that loop together in weird ways, and I don't know. I'm not sure where I sit on which one's better. Which honestly is probably a good place to be, being like, which of these two, you know, hallmarks of video games are better. So honestly, I might rank them like about equal, because they're both very good for different reasons. I like the exploration a bit better in this game though, so maybe this is the one I prefer, because I feel like a lot of the secrets in Metroid are like, you know, oh, did you break this specific part of the wall? And I feel like there was less of that in this game. Like, obviously, you know, there were hidden walls, but I think a lot of them that led to major areas were pretty well telegraphed. Like that weird crack in the thing where, you know, we eventually got the fairies like there's something funny about this wall. Like, you know, I realized something was up with that before, you know, Fairy pointed it out to us. So, yeah, there's that. That's the video game. I like this game. If you put me at gunpoint, I think I would say that Super Metroid is better, just because I think Super Metroid feels more arcane to me. Like, I feel like there's more possibility sitting there, but this is also, I've had years to observe, like, Super Metroid and see it get played different ways. So, for all I know, this game could be as, like, you know, you could break it in a bunch of different ways and go to different places early. Like, I imagine we could go to the Coliseum, like, as soon as we got to that clock tower room, and we didn't have to wait until I accidentally bumbled across it. Yeah, this game is super cool. For now, I'm gonna say that I think it's about on, like, saying it's on par probably sounds bad, but on par with Super Metroid in terms of my feelings for it. But yeah, the game was super cool and good. And let's see, will it give us a final, like, completion percentage when we come in here to see what that one room added to our thing? Will it give us, like, a neat icon for, like, this is your finished game file? Doesn't look like it. Input Richter to play as Richter Belmont. Oh, okay, so could we have done that from the beginning of the game, I'm guessing? Okay, yeah, it didn't increase our thing. It's still saying 199.2, but it does tell us that we have cleared the game. I'm just going to load it back up just to make sure it hasn't loaded the thing. So, that would be it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in there and, let's see, let's check our map. Yeah, it's still not filled in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to refight Dracula with full fashion line, because I think we got all of the... I'm actually going to have to go check the footage to see, because there was something else Alucard was wearing. Did I just overlook Alucard? Alucard, so here we go. Yeah, I'm going to go find out what Alucard was wearing, refight Dracula, see if we get a different ending, and then I guess we'll look up we'll look at the internet and see if anything's up there for the map. See like what room we missed. If you were wondering, and I mean you guys probably knew or could look it up elsewhere, the answer was Dragon Helm and Necklace of J. So this would have been the full lineup, and he didn't have a second. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and swap them around. So it's like super legit. We're gonna go ahead and put the secret boots down here. We'll put the Necklace of J up here because he came in here without the secret. You know what? As much as I hate it, I'm gonna take off the secret boots just in case you need the exact loadout. But this is what Alucard came into the castle wearing. So now I'm gonna go fight Pappy again.
Fare thee well.
And yourself, dear lady.
It's exactly the same ending. So beating Dracula didn't give us a different ending. And also I found out by the end, if you mess around with like the D-pad, you can make the now loading thing do some fun things. But beating Dracula wearing the fashion line did not confer a different ending. Now my other idea for a different ending would be, what if we hit the full like 200%? Because we're at like, 199.1 or 2 or whatever. And I doubt that that last room is giving us the last 0.8%. I'm not sure how much each room confers. But we're missing something. So I looked up a map, and the first map I found, a website I like, vgmaps.com. They're normally super on point for like sprite rips, or well, not sprite rips, but like background rips of like areas. But theirs was a bit too detailed. I didn't zoom in because I don't want to see the room in particular. Like, I don't want to know what we missed. I just want to examine and compare our map against this kind of map, which I found on spritersresource.com, which is like one of my favorite like things. Which, hey, this is definitely a paid shout out. As you guys know, I make the big cash off this. This is kind of what I wanted to do. Just compare this map that I've edited in, complete with Smithygon's seal of quality. So we can kind of just compare and see if like there's any rooms that we just happen to miss. Now, this might not be so fun for you guys if I just sit here and go, So I'm going to, cut ahead and see if we've made any big no-nos. I'll probably have to head back to the normal castle to compare the map there, although I'm pretty sure we hit all the same places between the two castles. Perhaps on one castle I did something that I didn't do in the other, though, and just, slipped the mind. So here goes. Okay, having consulted the maps thoroughly, I have found the rooms I've missed, and it was actually more than I thought it would be. In fact, there was actually an area in the normal castle that we had gotten that we had forgotten to do in this one. I believe it's this hallway right here. We found in the normal castle, but didn't actually find in the real one. In the upside, we didn't come to the upside down, even though we found it in, the normal. This one right here, we found in neither. This one right here, I wrote a little lull there because it made me laugh, because this was just a save room that I just forgot to come into. I think that might have been something I had to do in the... No, I think we would have been through this area before. I think this is just something that I just, like, dead ass just walked past. And this one we found in neither as well, so quite a few rooms, actually. Which makes me wonder how little per each room counts per percent. Maybe it's like 0.1, so like 0.1%. Who knows? I'm not sure. We'll explore around and check those out and see what happens, and then we'll fight Dracula again. Also, I saw some things on the Spiders resource. Yeah, we're just gonna cut around to them. I saw some stuff on the Spiders resource that I'm glad that I hadn't looked up maps for before. So I saw like that there was like a nose demon familiar, which I'm guessing that's like some kind of like secret, like you get all the things familiar, or maybe it's like a second run familiar replaces the normal demon. I don't know. And I also saw there was like an axe armor Alucard. So I'm not sure if that was like special armor or if that's like a different playthrough, like second playthrough play as an axe armor, which seems like a weird enemy to be like, this is the special enemy. Maybe they're in like all the Castlevanias or something. I don't know. So let's go check out all the points that we missed. We'll start with the Dark Castle just because we're here, and I'll have to return back here anyways. I get. Whatever. We're here. We'll figure it out. No, I'm going to do the light world first. I called it the light world. I don't care. Okay, so the area that we missed should be part of the ceiling up here, and I'm wondering how... Yeah, like, that's not very... Like, I would have never found that. Yeah, that wasn't very... Well, actually, I'm shit-talking it, but maybe it was better telegraphed. Holy Sword. Oh, okay, this is kind of like a companion piece to our more meal, I'm guessing. Oh, and I still have the library card equipped. That could be useful. I'll keep it on. Let's just check it out. It's not going to be very good, especially, this late in the game. I mean, it's not, like, awful, but, I mean, hey, like, a holy weapon is always going to be pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's that pillar there, but is there another pillar over here? Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and rule that this one isn't super well telegraphed, but I mean, it's... Oh, this is... I was like, why can't I jump over this? For some reason, I thought these pillars were in the background. Yeah, not greatly telegraphed. In fact, it's kind of hard to tell that you can get in there even once you find it, but it's on our map now, so let's continue on. And where is our next one? Our next one... Oh, that's the wrong set of notes. Our next one is downwards near the beginning. Okay, so the next secret should be... Oh, yeah, I guess just behind this wall right here. I was like, it's going to be in this room, but I didn't expect it to be just straight up behind that wall. And there we go. There's one of the hearts that we were definitely missing. And I think that concludes all of the normal castle. I saw my mouse in the preview, and I started to think it was... I was over here, and then I saw it in the preview and thought my mouse was the preview window, not where it actually was. It's the wrong castle. Yeah, it was just those two spots that we missed, so we should be good to move on to the other castle. So now I'm going to have to get back up here, warp to the other one, and then go check out these spots. Wait, what? Oh, I was like, why is that one in a hallway? It's because I just turned it on to show that that's for the other castle. I'll see you guys in the other castle. I'm an idiot. So I was actually going to walk back to the teleporter because we weren't that far away from it. But, oh, sound test. I guess we unlocked this because we beat the game, so I guess we got sound test. There's nothing here that's, like, dashed out, so I guess we've heard all the music as well. But yes, I was going to warp back to walk back to the other teleporter and then make my way. But I wanted to come in here and show you guys that we've seen basically all of the enemies. There was a few in here that we hadn't seen. And also, this one just straight up says it's indestructible. Because I came in here whenever I was doing the tactics, and I was like, if there's like any interesting enemies in here that we hadn't seen. And before we went and fought Dracula, it was like, yeah, we were missing this guy right here. So, based on its positioning, it might be like a rare enemy that I just missed out on or something. Or maybe it's in one of these rooms we hadn't been to. And then there were two at the very bottom, which I'm guessing this is probably Shaft and then Super Dracula, since like all of the bosses are down here. And, oh, hey, they have the fake boys like all split into their own things. That's neat. Sypha, I still don't know how to say her name. It's Sofa or Sypha? Probably Sypha. But yes, as you can see, we're missing 3 enemies. I'm guessing one's either a rare enemy or we'll see it in the upcoming rooms. And then I'm guessing those 2 at the bottom are probably... Well, actually,
I'm interested in this.
if they were Dracula and Shaft, they should be here because it's recognized that we finished the game. Like, it has clear on our thing. They're not showing up on this list, though, so maybe these are impossible to fill in, or maybe you play it a different way. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, maybe if you die against them, you come back. No, because when you die, it resets to your last save, so it's not like it would add it to the list at that point. Also, it's funny that Dodo Bird is so far down. Oh, actually, I was like, oh, these are all bosses down here, but it's just because there's a lot of bosses. But we have Guardian and Dodo Bird down here. Those aren't bosses. So maybe there are just straight up just 3 enemies that we haven't seen throughout the course of the game. Who knows? Okay, so the hallway just up ahead, I believe it'll be up here and around the corner, if I'm correct, should be breakable to us. It's wild that I didn't actually come in here and break this wall, because this wall is very obviously a thing that we could have come in and checked out. And this is just like the other hallway with the weird Cthulhu boys and the ghost dancers. We'll just go ahead and just mark you with just a little fart, just in case, you know. You don't want little Cthulhus running around, they can cause trouble. Oh, nope. See, that fart cloud is just too good. Okay, High Potion, Sword of Hador, and Opal. Okay, so just some sellable stuff. Let's check out the Sword of Hador. I think that's a Cthulhu thing, the Hador. That's what that sounds like to me. I'm probably wrong, though. Where did it go? It might be time to just go ahead and organize by sword instead of like doing a full organize, just so we can just find it quickly. Sword of Hador. House of Hador heirloom. I guess it's not a Cthulhu thing. It's not anywhere as good as our Alucard sword. It comes out quick. It doesn't have a, it has a bit of cooldown. I can't seem to get the quarter circle on it, although, that's probably more me than anything, because I don't seem to get these very... Oh, nope, I fired off a fireball. That's not what we wanted to do, particularly. But okay. All right. Cool. We found the place, and that's what's important. Time to move on. Okay, now back to this room with the basically impossible to find hidden spot. I'm gonna stick to my guns on that. That's not really all that well choreographed, but secrets are secrets. So, Fury Plate. Ooh, what is the Fury Plate? Defense goes up when damage taken. Oh, well, that's fun and neat. I like that. I'll never use it, but that's cool. Well, here's the save room I forgot. I know the notes are on screen. I know the notes are on screen. I'm sorry. Okay, now we're back in this room. And actually, now that I look at this wall, excuse me, Miss Salem Witch, you can kind of see that the art for it was a little different. Like, they had a bit of a lip on it, so you could kind of tell that, like, that it might be a thing to break, I guess. Kind of just justifying what was happening there. And, oh, man, it's always so cool when things, like, rush to the ceiling instead of the bottom. So with that, I believe we filled in all the points on my notes for both of the castles. Yeah, so we should be good to head over back here and I guess refight Dracula now that I think we have seen all the rooms, provided that I didn't just make a observation mistake looking at the map. All right, with all of our extra exploring, that brings us up to 200.3%. That's concerning that it's gone over 200%. All right. I guess that means we've found everything. I guess we've gone over 200%. So, well, now I'm like not sure, because it's like, now it's gone over 200%. How high does it go? Does it stop at 201 just to be like cheeky? Does it go up to like 205, 250, 300? I doubt it goes up to 300, but now I'm a little bit worried. That being said, I'm going to go refight Dracula, assuming that we have found everything. See if there's a difference. If there is, awesome. If there isn't, then I guess this was all just to fulfill my morbid curiosity and see everything the game has to offer. I still think it's weird that those heart refills offer 500 increase. I wonder if you keep leveling up to a certain extent, it will start boosting your hearts, and that's why, or if it's just like, here's 500 hearts, who gives a shit? Maybe Richter has a bigger heart, than Alucard. I don't know. Also, I'm going in with the same equipment, the fashion line, but this time I've equipped the fairy because I fought him a couple times, so I don't care if we use healing at this point. Okay, so hey, welcome to the middle of the credits. So nothing changed, and I was like, oh dang, did I miss out on even more stuff? And I'm pretty sure that I probably missed something. 200.3 is a little weird. I looked it up, and actually, I feel a bit embarrassed. The max is 200.6, which is such an odd number. I wish I could go back in time and be like, hey, guys, game designed it down to 200. Please, just figure it out. It can be done, I'm sure. But my cool friend Nathan, who I don't think I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, so he's getting his per episode mention, the royalties he has deserved, actually told me, whenever I unlocked the Upside Down Castle, he was like, 200.6 is the top, idiot! Haha, you thought you were getting close to 100, well, it's 200.6. He told me, and I forgot. So I'm not sure if that last room filled it in, and hey, that's your 200.6 or not, but maybe I forgot a room in there that I just didn't notice on the thing. If that's the case, I'll leave it up to you guys to yell at me, and then maybe we'll make a 2-minute long bonus video where we go and check it out, see what that last room is. But I also went and looked up the endings for the game, because I was like, I wonder if there's an even better ending. Turns out the ending we got is the best ending. To get it, you need to get over 196%. If you get under 196%, when Richter's like, hey, do you want to go after him? If you get under 196, Maria will be like, no, there's nothing I can do for him. Let's just go back and hang out, which honestly seems like a better end to me. I don't get why Maria would have such an attachment to him, where I can't live without him. That seems a little odd to me. I can definitely see well, I'm indebted to him, so I want to I want to go help him out. But the whole I can't live without him is a bit odd. But yes, we got the best ending of the game, and I didn't realize it. Just got to get over 196%. Also, apparently there's a bad end that we didn't see. We saw when we killed Richter, the conversation between Maria and Alucard, where she's like, oh, well, it's not your fault, whatever. I need to find out what really happened here, though, and she goes off. Apparently, if you get to the ending without acquiring the holy glasses, Alucard will have a monologue where he's like, this place where I was born is evil and bad, and I hope it rots, and I guess I'll go kill myself or something I don't think he says that in as many words, but he kind of hints at it at the end of this, that it's hey, this world will be better without my cursed blood, which is kind of, dark. It's Castlevania. It's an evil, spooky castle filled with demons and devils and satans and whatnot, owned by Dracula himself. So we got the best ending. Also, there was something listed called Richter's ending, which I didn't click on. It was vgmuseum.com or something. Which actually, now I think about it, I've used that website before. I used it for my my Wario Land 1 LP, so I wouldn't have to go find all the, finish the game with all the differing amounts of money. I think I used that to just show off the screens you would get for the other completion amounts that I didn't get, because I didn't want to have to play the game all the way through to show you this is what happens if you get 0 money, which is off topic. Because stop there. So we are finished with the game. There is Richter mode. I'm not sure how different Richter mode is. I assume it's just the same setup, but maybe less story, and you now play as Richter, which will be super cool and fun. But for the most part, I think we're pretty good. I'm pretty happy with what we did. I was actually very surprised how few rooms I missed. There were more than I thought, because 200.3%. But also when I started this LP, I thought, it would be a bit spottier than this. Whenever I play Metroid, I never get close to 100%, just because, there's a lot of weird BS hiding spots in Metroid. But I was very happy with this game. I've enjoyed it a whole hell of a lot. And now we're done with it. Maybe we'll play Richter mode at some point in the future. Probably not, but if it's super cool and you guys are like, hey, Richter mode is super cool, maybe we'll check it out. I don't know. But that's it. I feel like I probably had more to say. Throughout the credits, there was something I wanted to say. I'm sorry about the audio in the first episode. I know I got that one unlocked pretty quickly, but that really upset me. Oh man, I messed up episode 1. Oh dang. And if it were any other, well, I was gonna say any other game, but if it was a game I'd played before, I definitely would have re-recorded that. So I felt bad about that. I messed it up on 1. Also, I wanted to apologize for the visuals. I'm not sure if the visuals came out completely correct or not. The pixel per pixels like each pixel is a bit rectangular, and that pissed me off. But I tried playing around with the resolution and just couldn't get it to go square. So maybe I should have just trusted the native PS1 resolution instead of trying to play with it. So sorry if the game ended up looking kind of funny. It looks sharp enough, but I know, you know, some people out there who probably can see it and know what's wrong with it immediately. I've never played, so I don't really have that sense, but I can see the rectangular pixels, and it bothers me. I kind of want to do this in the middle of the credits and not at the very end, so we're leaving off on the bad note. So I'm just going to reiterate, I liked this game. It was very good. We have Richter mode to play in the future, if it's worthwhile. I don't know. So good game. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Blood Draculas. Happy Halloween. There we go. We found a good point to leave, unless it's not Halloween for you, and then if not, watch this when Halloween comes around. I guess, I don't know, like, do what you want. Happy Halloween.